This is another Harley B hot tip here. My little helper just left. I'm teaching a young guy in the neighborhood here how to weld, and the kid he hears himself. He was tired. It's getting late. I'm just about ready to pack it in for dinner. I wanted to show you how I straightened out the Happy the Clown bicycle rack. I took this 2 inch, it's actually 2 inch tube steel. It fits inside the receiver. And I bolted it aviation wise and racing wise. We don't just weld. A lot of times we'll bolt something if it is possible or pin it. Like I said, due to severe force stress or whatever. That went a little overboard, but I wanted to illustrate that if you want, you could even just weld it or whatever, even meatball welds. The motorized bicycles are quite a bit heavier than anything you'll carry on a regular bicycle rack. So if it's a 4 bicycle rack, it's only going to fit 2 of those bikes. And even this steel, it's about a 24 gauge steel. It is not that heavy at all. It is really not that heavy a steel. I have my thickness gauge here and stuff, but it's just you're not going to stress that rack. But having that Happy the Clown little stem and that little plastic bushing, this thing wherever it went to, I felt like I threw my money away in the street, like I tell you people not to. And I wanted to introduce you to another product. When you do welding and you treat steel, I'm first going to put a primer etch over that. I bought it in a spray can. You can get that at AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts. They make the primer etch they make it in a spray can. That is pour over rust POR product. I do not suggest spraying that product. I've tried, I've thinned it out, and it does not do its job once you put a reducer to it. It just doesn't. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to dip a brush in it. That's a leftover can. So I'm going to put several coats here. And I just wanted to show you again, I went to the store here to build these bikes. Uh, there it is, a couple of bucks down the toilet that you guys, when you buy a bike, you wonder what the hell you're paying for. There it is. This is an American product. It's an American endeavor. And the next thing I'm going to turn you on to is the Harley B versus the enemy. This is the enemy. This is a brand new Mongoose electric bike the guy threw. One of my associates brought this here. This is an electric bike, and it was thrown at him. As you can see, it doesn't even have any dirt or anything. But anyway, the guy bought it off of business as a brand new bicycle, and it had sat for quite a while, and then there was a beef. He met up with the guy. It was a bicycle shop that went out of business, and evidently the bicycle was thrown. It was tossed in anger. This is why you buy a gas bike from Uncle Dutch. As you can see, it was never rode. It's got the original stickers on it, and it's got the, what I want to show you here in my poor lighting. This is my shop. It's the winter. Otherwise, this would be outside. And that's the bike carrier, the REESE bike carrier. Another Happy the Clown product, unlike Harley B makes. Where is it above the switch here? God. It's upside down for you folks. They give you a 1-800 number. The company is Mongoose. They're still in business. I just got off the phone with a Melissa Cantrell at that phone number. View it again. See if the camera picks it up in the poor lighting. I gave her the serial number to the bike. I'm trying to get an owner's manual and disassembly manual to disassemble this bicycle to work on it. I can't get anything from the company. See, when you buy a Harley B bike, like we're building this one, we're going to make another fire-breathing dragon. And we're actually, like I said, we're going to try to not auction, but raffle it off. I'm going to start with $20 a ticket, and you're going to be able to buy one of my engines. This is the difference between the Chinaman. This bicycle says, although it's upside down, made in China. Brand new bicycle, sat I don't consider something 2, 3 years old. Uh, this is a Makita product, Japanese. This is a rigid product. What do I prefer? The Japanese product. The same bearings, the same Kyosho magnetos. Even though some of the Kyosho products come through China, they're still made to the Japanese manufacturing specifications. People, I want you to pay attention to what Uncle Dutch is telling you, okay? Even though my shop gets to be a mess, and I don't know what people think about me. I wish you guys, would post something, and when somebody tells you the truth, we're not out to gaff you. I'm going to be here a long, long time building these bikes because I really enjoy them. And if you don't buy them, I'll ride them myself and I'll throw them out in the goddamn dump. I don't give a shit. Either way, it's kind of funny with guys like us or whatever, but I had a media boost here. A guy wants to see this bicycle. I have everything marked off here where it's going to fit. Different adages to this bike. This is really a wonderful bike. I like this. A nice heavy road bike. And there you go. I don't know what this bike. The guy I didn't find out. There was too much chatter and too much hard feelings over this bike when the guy parted with it. The guy that brought it to me wasn't the guy that was parting with it. I just heard about the confrontation. It was a bicycle shop here. Everything's going out of business, but as you can see, this bike doesn't even have any dirt on it. There's nothing. It's brand new. It's got some scuffs here, and I don't know if that was on the truck. Some of it's coming off. I don't know if it's scuffs. It's brand new. It was never really. It was ridden 3 times allegedly, and it took a shit in 3 times of riding. But there's no dirt. There's no wear and tear. This is why you buy a gas bike versus an electric bicycle. They just go to hell right away. They're made in China, and then a company puts their phone number on there. They want to make you warm and fuzzy, and you call the phone number, and we don't know. Well, Melissa said she's going to tear the company apart for me tomorrow. Today is Tuesday. Thursday I have a doctor's appointment. Uncle Dutch, like I said, had a household industrial accident, and he's still not over it, and still got to fulfill obligations. So this is our short little video tonight. It was beer 30. I had 2 beers. And this is how you can save money is you go to the dollar store. I'm going to take a paintbrush and I'm going to coat that. The weather up here in the Northeast is atrocious. This winter has been a godsend. The good Lord really sent us something nice this year. I'm going to round out these holes. It's not exactly finished to fit the cotter key and everything. But I did some welding outside teaching my young student. He didn't do too bad for meatball welds or whatever. That's good enough to hold up. I wish this wasn't just the 24 gauge steel as it is. It's kind of putrid. But there it is. I'm going to post the video tonight. And remember, pour over rust is what POR stands for. Rust preventative. You do need a primer underneath it, although it tells you do not need it. I use a primer etch, especially if I put a body panel on one of my vehicles, which my van, at night I can hear my van rust up here after these couple of winters that we've had. It's literally destroyed brake lines, transmission lines, fuel lines. It's been terrible. POR, when you buy it, even if your mechanic thinks you're fruity, if he thinks maybe you're gay, coat your brake lines, anything you're going to put underneath your vehicle. Outside of the brake lines I was trying to introduce to you, this is a malleable brake line. It's on the YouTube. I told you, YouTube is power. Most positive thing that's ever been invented was YouTube video that you can share. I hand bent my lines for both my trucks with this stuff. It's kind of expensive. It's at AutoZone. It's at Advanced Auto Parts. It's not your regular steel line. You can actually bend and form that with your hands. POR, I don't think you really need it with that product, but brake lines, anything else that you install underneath your vehicle. If you put new backing plates, the state inspection or the safety inspectors, they tell you to put new backing plates, even a caliper, a brake caliper. seal off the rubber part, paint the entire caliper, and then paint it the color you want it after it dries. You're not going to be able to take anything out of the auto parts store anymore and just bolt it right on your vehicle. You're going to have to treat it with something in the Northeast here, maybe even the Midwest. Whatever they're using on the roads, it's literally devastating vehicles, especially like Uncle Dutch. They can't afford a new one. Veterans, we come home, we just want to live. We're not making a lot of money, and it's why I'm doing videos like this, trying to save guys like you money. There's a product that's not cheap, the POR, but it will preserve your vehicle, and I'm going to use it on that little construction that I did there. As humble as I can be, anything you can save. Money is time. Time is money. I don't want this thing going to hell anytime soon. I keep my stuff new as I can inside in the box if possible. I try not to let it outside. Some of my trailers are galvanized or they're made out of the old steel, the steel that's nickel. Today, anything you buy, it goes to hell within a couple of years. Uh, that's my video. I can stress the truck bed trailer and stuff I have. That's made out of old heavy steel. If you make a truck bed trailer today, it's like throwing your money away to have that extra, truck trailer bed or whatever, because the stuff rusts so rapidly. Or at least just don't run it in the winter. Even that doesn't save you from the climate. The Chinese have taken so much of the tensile strength in major compounds out of the steel. This is why we're discussing this. Okay, even a drill bit today. It's why I need how many drill bits to construct, one single bike or two bikes. You don't get the longevity out of any product. Some of these things will save you a little bit. And that's my video. I'm hoping it's a short video, and I'm hoping people get a little bit of information. I want you guys to know that the electric bikes out there, $500, $600, $700, $1,000, that's like throwing your money away. It's like throwing it in the gutter. Talk to Uncle Dutch about a gas bike, and I'll steer you into something. We'll do business. But if you want to throw your money to the Chinese, made in China, and a couple days later after you bought it for a Christmas present, it doesn't work anymore, it's very disheartening. But thank you guys. And I got to go. My mechanics in the back here, if you haven't heard of thumping, they're working on something here, the furry ones. So I got to go. Bye.